It's the MOPOWERZ, where knowledge is power. How are you all doing this wonderful Wednesday? Me, I'm fabulous. And you too can feel fabulous if you detach yourself from the matrix system. And if this is your first time watching the MOPOWERZ, I ask that you share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, the guy that's standing at the bus stop waiting to go to work just like you. It is a great way to jumpstart a conversation in the morning. Okay. Today's conversation will be about Joe Biden picking Kamala Harris for his running mate. This is a historical event. This is a historical event because Kamala Harris is the first black woman to run on a presidential vice president major ticket of the U.S. Same as with Obama. Made history. Now we know why this took place. This was to curb the numbers away from Donald Trump and his VP. Republican versus Democrats. Now, before you all get all cheery and, yeah, let's go, get Kamala Harris. You know, you have to think about Kamala Harris. How many people have actually looked at her track record before cheering her on? Many made the same mistake with Obama. And his history got us nowhere. And it is my predictions that the same thing will happen with Kamala Harris. Nothing will happen. In fact, it is quite ironic that these two are running on the same ticket, despite the fact to curb the numbers. That is a strategy for voting. But the irony of these two running is, how is she proactive for police and he is for defunding the police? How is that going to work? That to me is like a conflict of interest, don't you think? That's what that sounds like to me. And before you black women get baited into voting for her, you have to understand that she was California's Attorney General. Not only was she California's Attorney General, she was California's District Attorney, prosecutor. Now, they say that according to her track record and politicsmagazine.com, politicalmagazine.com, it says that Kamala Harris has had no success with civil rights activists nor civil rights advocates, okay? That's bad. They say that she's tough on crime. Well, if you tough on crime, who did you persecute when you was district attorney? Who did you persecute? And while you were attorney general, before you became senator, what did you do to help all of these cases of police murdering young black men that was unarmed? Where were you at then, Kamala Harris? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Now, some say, well, she helped reform California's policing system. Did she really? I want you to ask those people in California, how do they feel about Kamala Harris? Now, sadly, she is being used just as Obama was used. And for another reason that I don't groove with her, a year ago, April 2019, when she was running for presidential candidates in the primary, I did a video on her entitled Black History 57, Kamala Harris. And you can find that on The Mo Show Chicago, TheMoshow Chicago on YouTube. That's my other channel, and you can find that video. And in that video, I spoke about how Kamala Harris, when she was running in the primary for a presidential candidate, when asked about reparations, she pulled a Bernie Sanders move. Like, what do you mean reparations? What do you mean reparations? She acted like she was being questioned with a Chinese arithmetic question. And as I stated before, tough on crime with who? Tough on crime with who? I mean, I didn't see one case, according to my research, I didn't see one case where she prosecuted any police for doing wrong to unarmed men that were shot and possibly killed by police. In fact, there's two cases that haunts her to this day, and those are involving police shootings and murders. Where is she on that? She cannot escape her prosecuting attorney record. She can't escape that district attorney record. She can't escape California's attorney general record. She can't escape that. However, Abby Phillips, who is a political respondent on CNN the other night, said that Kamala Harris is the future of the Democratic Party. Unbelievable. She is the future of the Democratic Party. What has she done for you? The same as Joe Biden has done for you. Nothing. When he was under the Obama administration, what did he do for you? What did Joe Biden do for you when he was part of a segregationist movement? Yeah, he was on that side of the fence. He did not want to integrate, as many of you all did, or as many of our grandparents did. He didn't want to integrate. He didn't want your children going to school with black children. He didn't want that. But now you find him kissing on black women, making appearances in black communities or neighborhoods. For what? In fact, this guy, I'm going to get back to Kamala Harris in a minute, but this guy here, Joe Biden, sometimes thinks that it's 1920. He wakes up and thinks that it's 1920. What kind of executive orders would he put into play if he wakes up thinking that it's 1920? And she, being the vice president, don't overrule him, nor can she can help maybe influence his decision on some things, but trust me, whatever he says is gonna go. You see, you have artists, entertainers talking about how they're gonna hold the vote if he did not pick a black woman as a running mate. Why didn't he pick Susan Rice? What's so special about her? And why is she the future of the Democratic Party? Now her adversaries, they got some key points. When they say that she will do what? Abandon her own morals and try to bury her record as a prosecuting attorney, just as I stated. You all remember that. You all voted, many people voted for Obama, black people, and they didn't know nothing about Obama. They just voted for him because he was black. Is that the same reason that you're going to vote for Kamala? Because she's black and she's the first black woman on a major ticket running as vice president for the U.S.? Is that your reason why? Because she's for refunding the police and he is for defunding the police? Do you see how that's going to work? Is that making any sense to you? Because it's not making any sense to me. Now, despite my opinion in regards to the candidates, let's look at the history of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party in regards to you. What have either done for you? Okay, you say, well, the Republican Party, Lincoln freed the slaves. Well, hell, really, he didn't want to. However, he did because he had to find a way to save the country. And the country, the majority of this country is what? Those who are in power, Caucasians, right? So, and you're nowhere on the table. Anytime any one of them get elected, your problems is nowhere on the table, nor is it addressed. Yeah. Stop me when I'm lying. You say, well, Mo, well, are you just going to not vote? Well, I don't vote. According to the Electoral College, they're the ones who actually nominate the president. Your vote from that actual fact means that, to me, that your vote is just a popularity contest. It makes you feel as if you have some type of word or say so in their decision. It's called reverse psychology. I'm just saying. If any of these parties were for your interest, would all of this protesting and looting be going on right now? Is she going to solve that problem for black people? Is she going to solve that problem? Is she going to solve the racial profiling and injustices that have been heaped upon black people by a crooked criminal justice system? Is she going to change that? Think about it. All of these political candidate parties, their children go to school together. They themselves go to dinner together. They party together. They go to country clubs together. Okay? And then they can exchange and flip to the other side. like a pancake. That's just like going from a vice lord to a GD. And they're allowed to do that. So they have an opportunity to play with your psyche and make you think that one is better than the other. And sadly, they make you think as voters that your words counts, and you end up having to vote for the lesser of the two evils. Is anybody right? Is anybody right? Like, that's gonna really have the humanity that's human people that's here, humanity, and of the United States, are they going to do right by humanity here? I'm just saying. If you think about that, what has Kamala Harris done for you, and what has Joe Biden done for you? I can give you that answer right now. Nothing. What has Trump did for you? Nothing. However, he did tell you to keep your guns. People say, well, he helped us with this COVID-19 hell. How do you know, with the political games that they play, that he didn't really have a hand in it himself? How do you know he didn't? We didn't know that Fauci had his hand in it until he opened his mouth. In fact, he tells you that it's fake. He tells you that it's fake, and then he says that the U.S. done a great job with saving people from the virus, and over 100,060 are dead. And he said that America has done a great job. In fact, America is the leading country of deaths, something like that. Am I right? I'm just saying. Last time I checked, I was. So if you have any other information, you can let me know. I would really appreciate it and exchange information with you. And by the way, if this is your first time watching the show, which I didn't mention in the beginning, because you have to see what I'm about if this is your first time watching, by all means, press that subscribe button and press that bell so that you can get notifications for upcoming videos that will be presented to you and others that is on YouTube. Okay? So I want you all to give me your opinion. Do you think that Kamala Harris is a good running mate with Joe Biden, and why? Leave your comments in the comment section. If you disagree with my version of Kamala Harris, please, by all means, leave it in the comment section. We can discuss this, okay? I need that interaction with the people that's out there in YouTube, okay? So what do you think there? Now they say that that Joe Biden is leading Trump already without Kamala Harris. That's what the polls are saying. That's what the news is saying. That's the word on the street. Joe Biden is winning without her thus far. Either way, what have you done for me lately? Do. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if Joe Biden didn't give you anything under the Obama administration, when all of these black men were just being murdered by the police, what makes you think he's going to be interested in saving any black lives? Kamala Harris may have helped institute some regulations and restriction codes on and bans on chokeholds and illegal tactics or techniques that is used to apprehend so-called suspect and or criminal. Those techniques she may have had some influence in or is heading in that direction. But she did do something with the body cams for California. She did do that. However, they're still not doing anything. And speaking of California, has Kamala Harris did anything about the LAPD executioner police gang? No. State's Attorney General. Now, remember, these guys, the LAPD executioner gangbangers, they been doing this for over 50 years. And no one has been able to disband them. Not even the sheriff himself, Villanueva. And the inspector general said that he hasn't even cleaned out his closet yet in regards to these officers. And Kamala Harris has not done anything to help the situation either. A house divided cannot stand. So even if she gets in, what makes you think that she's going to divide the house? Do you think she's going to destroy the country? No. Yes. Let me know in the comment section. Now, what happens when Joe Biden, seeing that he's up in age, if something happens to him, Kamala Harris gets to take the role of presidency, which has some people of this country horrified. And I would say, yeah, the majority of this country is horrified of that. Because you have the majority and the minority, so you know who the majority is. Yeah. You think about that. You think about is it even going to matter? Has it mattered in 400 years? I'm just saying. I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm right here in the middle looking at the facts. And you too should look at the facts before you make a conscious decision. Because none of these political people have your best interest at hand. Not one of them. That's just my take on it. Yours may be different. I'm looking forward to seeing it in the comment section. And remember, it is your third eye that makes you shine like jewelry. Thanks for viewing. It's your brother, MOPOWERZ, where knowledge is power. Peace.